to the audiobook of New Social Studies, Grade 10. Unit 7, Lesson 9, page number 282. Causes of the First World War. Introduction. The most expensive and bloody war till then, which broke out from 28 July 1914 AD to 28 June 1919 AD, is known as the First World War. It was fought for 1,565 days. It was a terrifying war in which almost all countries of the world were involved directly or indirectly against their rival groups and destroyed a huge amount of lives and properties worldwide. In the First World War, military alliances were formed. France, Britain, Russia, Italy, Belgium, China, Japan, USA, etc. were in an alliance called Allies Power, whereas Germany, Australia, Hungary, Turkey, etc. were in another alliance called Axis Power. The major causes of the First World War. 1. Groupism of European countries. After the unification of Germany, Otto von Bismarck, spelling Otto-von-Bismarck, Otto von Bismarck became the Chancellor of Germany in 1870 AD. He adopted a policy of imperialism and annexed two important provinces of France called Alsace, ALSACE, and Lorraine, LORRAINE, in 1871 AD. It sowed the seed of rivalry between these two countries. French felt much humiliated for losing those territories to Germany. At the same time, Bismarck thought that France could attack on Germany anytime to take back Alsace and Lorraine. So, to protect Germany from French attack and isolate France, Bismarck signed a secret agreement with Austria-Hungary in 1879 AD and Italy in 1882 AD. This is called Triple Alliance. After the downfall of Bismarck in 1890 AD, France also got chance to go against Germany. As a result, France also signed a secret treaty with Russia in 1894 AD and Britain in 1904 AD, which is known as Triple Entente, ENTENTE. Pardon me if my pronunciation is not correct. Thus, European powers were divided into two strong hostile groups. There was suspicion, fear, and political tension among the members of these rival alliances. Their activities spread jealousy and hatred against each other, which led to the outbreak of the First World War. Number 2, extreme nationalism. Nationalism is very important for the progress and prosperity of the nation. It reflects pride, loyalty, and devotion of citizens to their nation. But if nationalism is used for self-interest, it can be a curse to nation and humanity. Loving the nation more than enough and underestimating others is known as extreme nationalism. In this, people always think their country, whether right or wrong, is greatest of all. They even don't accept the existence of others. After the unification of Germany and Italy, an extreme nationalism developed in European countries. Germans used to think that they were superior to others. The British thought themselves as born to rule. French wanted to take revenge upon Germany. This feeling of ultra-nationalism spread to other nations as well. It also caused the outbreak of the First World War. Number 3, militarism. After the formation of two hostile alliances, both the groups felt insecure and increased the military strength. Powerful countries of Europe like England, France, Germany, Italy, etc. spent a huge national income in military expenses. Compulsory military services were imposed on people. War materials were produced in the factories. Scientists were engaged to develop new weapons. There was competition between Germany and England to increase naval forces, NAVAL. For every ship Germany built, England would build 2 ships. Such a race could end only in war. Number 4, imperialism and colonialism. After industrial revolutions, the industrial countries of Europe needed markets to sell their products and to acquire raw materials for their industries. They started to search for new places in different parts of the world. Many countries of Asia and Africa were colonized by England and France. Spain and Portugal colonized South America. Similarly, Netherlands, Denmark, etc. also had their colonies in different parts of the world. After the unification of Germany and Italy, they also became imperialist countries and joined in the race of making colonies. Every country wanted to extend their empire, which created tensions and rivalries among European nations. Number 5. Character of William II. German Emperor William II was very arrogant and proud. He wanted Germany to be almighty in the world. He believed in the policy of world power or downfall. He was not prepared to make any compromise in international affairs. He wanted to have his own way in every case. He wanted to dominate England anyhow. His view was to accept all his demands by Englishmen rather than fight against them. It created tension between England and Germany. Number 6. Role of newspapers. The newspapers published from Europe during that time used to inflame nationalistic feeling by publishing fake news. Instigator, imagined and misleading news awakened the feeling of revenge. German newspapers used to publish news against British. They used to provoke the unnecessary propaganda and misinterpret the situation. The newspapers of Austria and Serbia were also having ill intention and prejudice with each other. They often created conflicts and poisoned the public thoughts against each other. It increased the war sentiment in people. Number 7. Balkan Crisis. Balkan. Before the First World War, many countries of Balkan region like Greece, Serbia, Bulgaria, Montenegro, Albania, Macedonia, etc. were under the rule of Turkey, which was called Ottoman Empire. Turkey has imposed suppressive rule over the Christian people of this region. They wanted independence from Ottoman Empire. So, the 4 Balkan countries, Greece, Bulgaria, Serbia, and Montenegro, formed an alliance called Balkan League and made an agreement to launch war against Turkey, get independence, and divide the land obtained from Turkey equally. Thus, Balkan League attacked Turkey in 1912 AD and was defeated easily because it was too weak to protect its territory. Hence, Turkey was called the sick man of Europe in those days. In course of the war, Balkan League and Turkey signed in London a treaty that made the countries of Balkan League independent from Turkey. Albania was declared a new Balkan country in the land obtained from defeated Turkey, and remaining land was divided among the countries of Balkan League. It is called the First Balkan War. But Bulgaria was dissatisfied with Serbia while dividing the obtained land. Germany and Australia agitated Bulgaria, and Bulgaria made an attack upon Serbia in 1913-80. This is called the Second Balkan War. In this war, Serbia was supported by other countries of Balkan League and Bulgaria was defeated. Serbia became a big country. Such crisis in Balkan region increased the war sentiment and became one of the causes of the First World War. Number 8. Rebellious feeling of Bosnia and Herzegovina. 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 The 2 provinces of Turkey located at Balkan region, Bosnia and Herzegovina, were given to Austria-Hungary by the Congress of Berlin in 1878 AD. However, Austria-Hungary was given the right merely to occupy and govern over them and not to annex them. The sovereignty of the Sultan of Turkey was maintained over them, but Austria-Hungary annexed them in 1908 AD. This brought forth bitter protests from Serbia. A strong agitation started in Serbia to separate these provinces from Austria-Hungary and unite them with Serbia. The people of Bosnia and Herzegovina were more anxious for their independence from Austria-Hungary than for their union with Serbia because they were Serbia origin and their culture, language, and lifestyle were same as Serbian. However, they were willing to accept help from Serbia in its effort to become independent. Thus, the youths of Bosnia and Herzegovina formed a spy organization called Black Hand Society, or Unity or Death, to revolt against the seize of Bosnia and Herzegovina by Austria-Hungary. As Serbia was supporting them, the rivalry between Austria-Hungary and Serbia became very strong, and by 1914 AD it burst into a war. 9. Immediate cause. The assassination of Austrian heir Archduke Francis Ferdinand, Archduke Francis Ferdinand, and his wife Sophie Chotek, Chotek, was the immediate cause of the First World War. On 28 June 1914 AD, when the Austrian Crown Prince Archduke Ferdinand and his wife Sophie Chotek visited Bosnian capital Sarajevo, a 19-year-old Bosnian student named Gavrilo Princip assassinated this couple, shooting from nearby. He was the member of Black Hand, a secret organization formed by Serbian youths to take revenge with Austria-Hungary for their seize over Bosnia-Herzegovina. The relation of Austria and Serbia was already bad. This event made their relation even worse. Austria blamed Serbia for this murder. On the instigation of Germany, the Emperor of Austria, Francis Joseph, sent an ultimatum letter containing 12 points demand to King Peter of Serbia on 23 July 1914 AD, whose answers had to be replied within 48 hours. There were two major demands: to suppress the Black Hand and to permit Austrian officials to supervise the suppression. On 25 July 1914 AD, Serbian King Peter replied it, stating that they could fulfill 11 demands. He stated for the last one demand that they could suppress the Black Hand but would not permit the Austrian officials to supervise it. Austria-Hungary, outraged by the reply of Serbia, made a military attack against Serbia on 28 July 1914 AD. Russia sent troops to support Serbia while Germany declared war against Russia. France and England declared war against Germany and Austria. Thus, the First World War began. Chronology of the First World War. Date and events. 28 July 1914. The Emperor of Austria-Hungary, Franz Joseph, declared war against Serbia, and Austria-Hungarian army bombarded on Serbian capital city Belgrade, Belgrade. 28 July 1914. Russian government ordered its army to protect Serbia. 30th July 1914. Germany pressured Russian Emperor Nicholas II to get back its force. 1st August 1914. Germany declared war against Russia as Russia did not bring its force back, and France ordered its force to support Russia. 3rd August 1914. Germany declared war against France. German troops entered Belgium to attack France. Britain pressurized Germany to bring its force back. 4th August 1914. Britain declared war against Germany as it did not bring its force back from Belgium. 12th August 1914. Britain and France declared war against Austria-Hungary. 20th October 1914. First Battle of Ypres, Ypres, again pardon me if my pronunciation is not right. First Battle of Ypres, Ypres, began, and many soldiers died in the War of Belgium city Ypres. 24th May 1915. Italy declared war against Austria. 15th October 1915. Britain declared war against Bulgaria. 27th August 1916. Romania declared war against Austria-Hungary. 28th August 1916. Italy declared war against Germany. 6th April 1917. USA declared war against Germany. 7th August 1918. Black Day of German force as it was loss-oriented. 9th November 1918. German Emperor Kaiser William II fled to Holland to take asylum. 28 June 1919. Paris Peace Conference, Versailles Treaty and End of War. Activity number 1. Unhealthy competition, jealousy, revengeful, negative thought, etc. are the clearly seen causes of the First World War. These are also the obstacles in the personal development. Such elements should be removed from our mentality. Discuss with the friends and list the measures to remove such elements. Number 2. How can the conflict and tension be prevented? Discuss and write the measures. Exercise. Very short answer questions. Number 1. What were Triple Alliance and Triple Entity? Number 2. What was Ottoman Empire? Number 3. Which country was called the sick man of Europe before the First World War and why? 4. What was Balkan League? Why was it formed? Number 5. What was the immediate cause of the First World War? Number 6. When did the First World War break out and end? Short answer questions. Number 1. How did groupism invite the First World War? Number 2. Differentiate between nationalism and extreme nationalism. Number 3. Write the basic difference between imperialism and colonialism. Number 4. How was the character of Kaiser William responsible for the outbreak of the First World War? Number 5. How did the First World War break out? Explain. Number 6. If you were the Serbian King Peter, what and how would you reply to the threatening of Austro-Hungarian king and why? Number 7. Show the major events of the First World War in a timeline. Long answer questions. Number 1. What was the First World War? Describe any 6 causes of the First World War. Now project work. Make a table as given below and mention the persons, their post and places mentioned in the lesson. So persons are Otto von Bismarck, William II, Tsar Nicholas II, TSAR, Nicolas II, Francis Joseph, Sophie Chotek. Now you have to write the post. For example, for Otto von Bismarck, his post is Chancellor, and you also have to write place or country, like Germany. This is the end of Unit 7, Lesson 9. This podcast is dedicated to visually impaired students. So if you know anybody who needs this book to listen and learn, please share the link and also please subscribe the channel. Thank you and all the best.